Hello, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new here. My name is Jen. I'm a certified weight loss and nutrition coach, and today we're talking about sugar. We're not talking about white table sugar. We're talking about 8 natural substitutions for sugar. So if you're excited for today's video, don't forget to give it a big, huge thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, I'd love to have you. This channel is growing. I'd love for it to continue to grow. So hit the subscribe button and don't forget to ring the bell next to it so you never miss a single video. Check out the description box down below for my nutrition coaching. I do offer personalized to you macros and calories. You can't lose weight, maintain your weight, or be successful on a healthy lifestyle without knowing your calorie and macronutrients. So definitely take advantage of that. If you'd like a little bit more one-on-one support, I also offer 30 and 60-minute one-on-one coaching sessions. So you can order that as well on my nutrition coaching website. Links, discount codes to all of my favorite healthy things are also down in that description box. So we have 8 natural substitutions for sugar to talk about, so let's jump in. Let's be honest, added sugar is one of the most controversial topics when it comes to a healthy lifestyle. Sugar's been associated with many serious diseases: obesity, heart disease, diabetes, and even cancer. Part of the problem is we consume a lot of sugar without even knowing it. In fact, a couple weeks ago, I put out a video about foods that have a lot of sugar that you would never think had a lot of sugar. I'll make sure that I link that video down below. If you haven't seen it, it ties in really nicely with today's video. Fortunately, there are many ways to sweeten our foods without adding in any additional sugar. Before we get into these items, let's talk about why too much sugar is bad for your health. People who consume a diet high in sugar are more likely to suffer from obesity. Sugar can also disrupt the hormones in your body that initiate signs of satiety and hunger. This leads to intaking more calories, which leads to weight gain. Excess sugar can also affect your metabolism. It can raise your insulin levels, which therefore has you store more fat. Also, high sugar diets are also bad for your oral health. And lastly, eating sugar is addictive. It stimulates that feel-good dopamine in our brain that tells us that we want more and more and more. Sugar can be related to things like alcohol or drug addiction because sugar is that addictive to our bodies. It constantly makes us crave more. So these next items you should consider to satisfy your sweet tooth. Number 1 is stevia. Stevia is actually a natural sweetener that's derived from the stevia leaf. This is a South American native shrub. It's a plant-based sweetener alternative. It contains 0 calories and can be up to 350 times sweeter than table sugar. One benefit of consuming stevia versus table sugar is it's been known to actually lower your blood sugar levels, your blood pressure, and your insulin levels. Also, stevia is considered generally safe to consume, and remember, a little goes a long way because it is 350 times sweeter than table sugar. Number 2 is xylitol. Before we jump into xylitol, just a very, very friendly reminder that it is extremely, extremely toxic to pets. Even a very small amount is toxic to the dogs in your family. So make sure if you bring xylitol into the house that it is far, far out of reach of your pets. I know for me, this is something I choose not to bring into my home because we do have 3 dogs. Xylitol is extracted from corn and birchwood, and it's actually found naturally in many fruits and vegetables. It contains 2.4 calories per gram, which is 40% less than traditional sugar. Also, xylitol lacks fructose, which is the most harmful ingredient found in traditional sugar. It doesn't raise your blood sugar levels or your insulin levels. In fact, xylitol is associated with some health benefits, things like stronger bones, stronger oral health. You'll find that xylitol is in a lot of gums and mints because it's really good for your oral health. Number 3 is erythritol. Like xylitol, erythritol is also a sugar alcohol. It contains 0.24 calories per gram, making it containing only 6% of traditional table sugar. Better yet, erythritol tastes exactly like table sugar, so it makes it a really easy transition. I will say for me, And for my clients I speak with, sometimes erythritol can have a cooling effect that regular sugar doesn't have. So even though they say it tastes just like table sugar, which I agree with, it can have a little bit of a cooling back effect. Erythritol also does not raise your blood sugar levels, your insulin, or your triglyceride levels. It is a safe sugar alternative for humans, but of course, everything in moderation. Number 4 is monk fruit sweetener. This is actually my very favorite, especially the LAKANTO brand. I will make sure to link LAKANTO down below for you guys with a 20% discount. Monk fruit is a fruit that is grown in Southeast Asia. It contains 0 calories and is 100 to 250 times sweeter than sugar. It does contain natural sugars like fructose and glucose, but it actually gets its sweetness from antioxidants called mogosides. I'll put that right here. That actually is what provides the anti-inflammatory and the health benefits of consuming monk fruit. One thing to be mindful of when it comes to monk fruit is it's generally mixed with other sweeteners like erythritol. So make sure that you're reading that ingredient label and make sure you're getting pure monk fruit or it's mixed with a healthy alternative like erythritol. Number 5 is Yacon syrup. Now, I had never heard of this before. It's extracted from the Yacon plant, which is native to South America. It's sweet and thick, and it has a color and consistency similar to molasses. It contains 40 to 50% of this, I'm definitely not going to be able to pronounce that, which is a special type of sugar that your body actually cannot process. Because of this, this syrup actually has 1/3 less calories than traditional sugar. This also feeds the friendly, healthy gut bacteria. So not only does it give you the sweetness of sugar, it actually helps feed your good gut bacteria. Definitely considered safe, but again, in moderation. Large consumption may lead to excessive gas, diarrhea, and bloating. And number 6 through 9 are some of my favorite natural sweeteners. Number 1 is coconut sugar. This is a paleo sweetener. It's delicious. It's actually extracted from the coconut palm. It actually contains a few nutrients: iron, zinc, calcium, and potassium, as well as several antioxidants. It also contains a lower glycemic index than sugar. This is because it contains inulin. This is a type of soluble fiber that's been known to slow digestion, increase fullness, and of course, feed those healthy gut bacteria. One thing about coconut sugar to be mindful of is it is still high in calories. It contains a similar amount of calories than table sugar. It's also very high in fructose, which is one of the things that makes sugar unhealthy. So even though it has some healthy properties, it still is calorie dense, contains fructose, and should be considered similar to traditional sugar. Next is honey, another one of my favorite ways to add some sweetness. It contains a trace amount of vitamins and minerals, but what it does contain is a big dose of antioxidant properties. The phenolic acids and the flavonoids are those properties. Honey does have a lot of health benefits, but it also does, like coconut sugar, contain fructose, which is one of the unhealthy properties of table sugar. So even though it's a better option than white sugar, it should still be consumed in moderation. And number 8 is maple syrup. Again, something else I like to use for sweetness. It contains a decent amount of minerals, things like calcium, potassium, iron, zinc, and manganese. It also contains even more antioxidants than honey. Despite these beneficial nutrients and antioxidants, it's still unfortunately high in sugar and calories. It has a slightly lower glycemic index than sugar, so it's a little bit of a better option, but again, it is high in sugar, high in calories, and like honey and coconut sugar, it should be consumed again in moderation. Number 9 is molasses, my favorite part of those ginger snap cookies around the holidays. How molasses is made is from boiling down sugar or beet juice. It contains a handful of vitamins and minerals and a handful of antioxidants as well. It is, however, high in iron, potassium, and calcium, which benefit your bone health and your heart health. Molasses makes a great replacement for sugar, but also should be consumed in moderation, as again, it's high in calories and it is high in sugar content. So let's talk about some potential risks with these sweetener alternatives. They're not the magical answer to all of your sugar questions, your sugar woes, and we definitely shouldn't be using these as a sugar replacement and eating them in abundance. They still have calories, and as we know, to lose weight or maintain our weight, it's all about calories in and calories out. So we shouldn't be consuming so many calories worth of these sweeteners that we're not able to get in all of the other healthy foods and vitamins and nutrients that we need throughout the day. These items have still been linked to weight gain, obesity, and glucose intolerance, and they can still spike your blood sugar just like white table sugar. While they have significantly fewer calories, they should still be consumed in moderation, and you should be mindful of what you're choosing. There are a few sugar alternatives that you should avoid. Number one is agave nectar. It actually contains 85% fructose, which is higher than traditional sugar. High fructose corn syrup, which has been a major contributing factor in weight gain, obesity, and insulin resistance. So the bottom line of today's video is eating too much sugar or too many healthy sugar alternatives can still be bad for your health. These are great alternatives, but you should be mindful of how much and how often you're consuming them. Natural sugars like honey and maple syrup are much better alternatives, yet they should still be used sparingly. So if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to give it a big, huge thumbs up. And if you're new to my channel or you're watching and you haven't yet subscribed, of course, I'd love to have you hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to ring the bell next to it so you never miss a single video. I do upload every Tuesday and Thursday. Down in the description box with my nutrition coaching website, I will link LAKANTO, which is my favorite source for monk fruit sweetener, which is my go-to sweetener alternative, as well as links and discounts to my other favorite healthy things. So again, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this helpful, and I'll see you next time. Bye.